today we're going to be doing a full face of Dior. I've recently been doing a lot of Dior. They've come out with a bunch of new blushes and I'm loving them, but they got together with Magic Links and gave me a little bit of money to spend on some new things, and I'm going to use some of the blushes that I've been using in those other videos and a couple of other favorites that I already have. So I've already done everything. I have my sunscreen on. As you can tell, I'm using a different sunscreen on my chest. One of the things I love about the Dior Face and Body is it will stay. So it's getting to be that time of year. It's sunny today for the first time. When I woke up, it was sunny. And I think it's going to be sunny all day, fingers crossed. But comes the sun, it gets a little bit hotter. I'm a sweaty Betty. It really doesn't take much to get me sweating. And that's where something like this works. But also, if I want to wear a V-neck, all this redness on my chest, you guys, is about sun damage. So if I'm going to be wearing a V-neck, I have to put on some sunscreen. And I definitely want to help with that redness by putting on a little foundation. This is a new sunscreen, and it hasn't set, even though it's been 20 minutes or so. So we're going to start with the face. So let's get going before I start sweating, because putting makeup on someone who's sweaty is impossible, no matter what the foundation. I'm going to disperse a little bit on my hand and do it with fingers. You can also do this with a stippling brush, but I would not recommend doing this with a beauty blender. It's just not the kind of formula that will do well with it. This is the color 2N, which only works for me when my skin is a little bit darker. So 2N in this formula and 2N in the natural nude, very different. And I wear the natural nude, which I love, in the cooler months when I'm lighter. And I just kind of work it into the skin like I'm giving myself a little bit of massage. But super, super natural looking. And I am peeling because I'm using a Retin-A product that's stronger than my usual. I'm bumping up, but I'm bumping up by quite a bit. And I notice that it's really making me peel, but I'm not having any issues with this. But I wouldn't mind a little bit more coverage right here and right here where I tweezed the hair, a little bit of my mustache, and something happened. And it really does seem to work better when you apply like this as opposed to just kind of swiping it on. I don't know why. But that's going to be it for my face. I kind of don't want to do my chest yet. I want this to set up. I hope that it does set up. So we'll come back to the chest and let's do a little bit of concealer because God knows I need it. This is the new iteration. It's been reformulated also in 2N. I never tried the first iteration, so I don't know how different the colors are, but I think I've seen other people say they are. And I found when I first got this that the shade was a little too dark and a little too yellow for me. But again, you know, summer is coming. I am taking the dog out. I am getting sun regardless of wearing sunscreen. So I'm just going to go for it and we'll see if it's a little bit better for me now. I know I've tried it with some foundations where it really works, but I might have to get a different color. Let's see. Just the littlest bit with this. And I am going to do my eyeshadow as well, so I'm just going to get it all over. And I'm going to do around the nose as well. So I'm just patting this out on my eyes before I powder, and also working up to make sure I don't have anything in my brows. I'm going to do my eyeshadow first and then go in with brows, but it's a little bit better if the brows are clean, no sunscreen. I'm even going to go in with a Q-tip right here. Just a little bit of powder. So this is what I got for eyeshadow. I'm putting the name right here because I don't have my magnifying glass in here, but this is a limited edition and it's fairly neutral with a pop of blue. But to me, I consider this kind of a French blue, which I think has some variations. I was just watching The Tudors, which is an old show, but whenever someone from the French court came, or when they were in France, there was this beautiful blue theme that they kept on using, and it reminds me very much of this. So you could wear this just neutral every day, or you can have a little fun with it. So I think I'm going to try to give you 2 iterations, but let's swatch first so we know what we're working with. When I say we, I don't mean the royal we. I mean me. There. I love their shadows. I love their shadows because they just work for crepey eyelids. And here, and let's find a clean finger here. Ooh. This is totally my jam. I added to the blue a little bit. I was having a hard time going over my bones. But yeah, I'm going to go in with this first and my Hakuhodo brush. And I'm doing it everywhere, so this way I won't have to highlight the brow later on. But if you don't like to do this, it's just a wonderful shade to have to mellow out another color. I'm taking this Wayne Goss brush. I have no idea if Wayne Goss is still in the brush business or not. And I'm going to put this on the lid because again, I feel like this is a one and done color. And this brush is a little bit pointed, which makes it ideal for hooded lids, just kind of working it back and forth. I have so many cream shadows in this kind of color, but I don't have that many in powder form. There, do you see how that makes just, I'm going to do a half looking down here. Just a great one and done color. Now color wise, it reminds me a lot of this one. So this is the Sicily and this is the Dior. They're very, very similar. And this one, obviously, I love because I'm almost out of it and I rarely finish anything. So in a way, this could be it for a daily look. Fill out my brows, do some mascara, and I'd be done. But I do want to use a little bit more of these colors. So I'm going in with this, my Kitco, and it's all listed below, all the brushes that I use. And I'm going to try to create something that I do not have. A socket. The danger for me is my sockets aren't necessarily even. And now I'm going to go back in with this Wayne Goss and just blend that out. It's a beautiful satin shade, but it's not too shiny, which, you know, those of us who are hooded, putting a lot of shine on the hood makes the hood come forward and look bigger. And this is why I really like satins. You see how it kind of gave me a little bit of a bigger eye when I put a little depth right here. But now I will try to do something even on this side. I will endeavor to do that, but I don't know that I'll be successful. So traditionally, a color like this would be something you'd use on the outer edge. But I'm going to do the blue on the outer edge because I'm dying to know what's going on with this shade. This My Kitco is small but dense, so I'm just use it to lay things down most of the time if I want to go into a very specific area. I think I could actually, wow, she's just really soaring. Go for a smaller brush even. But I'm going to do an outer V, I guess. Change my mind. I'm going to go on with the fluffy brush and just do an entire wash of this color. And pull it out a little bit. Okay. Despite all my skincare, I continue to get older. Shocking! So I'm just going to get this out and pull my lid a little bit. And then I'm just going to clean that up with the brush that still has concealer on it. So I open my eyes to see what's going on down here, and it's going further down than I want. And I just put the brush right here and then lift up. And there we have it. Helps out enormously. Okay, thought I had the camera on, but apparently not. I took this little brush and got it a little moist and did just a little bit, not quite liner as much as working that darker color into the roots. And I do feel the look that I'm achieving right now isn't really everyday. So I'm just taking a big fluffy and just trying to, that dark color doesn't read really dark when I'm looking close up. I'm like, well, it's not that dark, but when I pull away, it's a little bit too dark for daytime for me. And again, so for lashes, I got this little kit. It's the Overcurl, which I have the Overcurl mascara in a color, I think it's called Bordeaux, that is beautiful, and I love wearing that. It's similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, but it has a little bit more red in it, and I don't have it in black, so let's give this a go. And I got a primer. I've only tried primer mascaras a couple of times, and I'm always confused. Do I wait for this to dry before I go on, or I do it right away? And maybe it's different from company to company, but this brush is really interesting looking. I'm going to show it to you as soon as I do this. Check out this brush. I'm going to turn this around. It really looks like it's developed to get every single lash. I'm going to do another coat because I don't know that I had it wet enough. I'm going to shape what I want in the immediate, and I'm going to go right in, even though I don't know if you're supposed to go right in or you're supposed to wait, but this is what it looks like. And I know a lot of people, when they use a curved wand like this, they use it this way, but to me, it seems like, well, this is the shape of the eye. I think you get a slightly different effect, depending on how you hold it. I'm just going to wiggle that up. Look at how freaking feathery and natural looking it is. Now the length isn't really natural looking unless you're 9, then you have long beautiful lashes, but I love a feathery lash. I also got the brow styler, which I'm not sure if this is new or not. I do have a brow product for them with this is like a buffing brush on the end, and this is my favorite shape. It's not tear. Is it tear? It's tear. Okay, but it's close to being flat. I'm not sure if this color is right for me. It looks kind of dark. That might work. It's a little bit dark, but let's give it a go. So first of all, I have grays and blondes, so I want to just kind of go over like this so those hairs can just catch the color. Then I feel that this brow is not as high as this one, so this arch, I'm not going anywhere where there isn't hair, it's just hair you can't see. And with this side, I don't think I need to do that. And then underneath, well, first I want to brush up. I'm just going to do little strokes. And yeah, I like to leave them a little bit messy, not too contrived. And there's some brows. I think the color I chose might be a little bit dark for me, but I wouldn't mind doing a brow this dark in the evening. Or if I'm hardly wearing any makeup at all, I like to make my brows look a little more powerful, kind of rebalance my face, if you will. So there's the eyes, and I think I need to powder up just a little bit. Yeah, this sunscreen is still not really set up. So these are less than ideal circumstances, but I'm going to put it on anyway because I just don't want that redness to show. I just am probably wiping away a lot of that sunscreen, but it's not setting up. And again, just working it in with my fingers. And with this product, I feel most comfortable letting it set up for 15 minutes before I put on clothes. And it just helped even me up a little bit. All right, let's get into blush. I did turn on the fan. It is warmer than I'm used to. My blood is still kind of thick. I'm going to go in with Nude Look, I think. You know, it's in between Grayish or Nude Look. I think Nude Look, we're going to give it a try and see how this works with this fairly neutral kind of look. And this is the new one, which has been reformulated. I think this is a great color for me. And even though this is a matte, I am thinking that I'm seeing the teeniest bit of sheen, just the kind of sheen that is like a natural skin-like look. And now I want to do some lips. So I have a lot of Dior lips. I could certainly do something like this. This is the Maximizer, which maximizes your lips. Sometimes I just wear it around the house. It almost looks like sparkle rather than shine in a way, even though I don't think there's sparkles in here. I don't see any. And, you know, just a kind of fresh, natural look with a little bit more dramatic eye. Or, well, I love this. This is a totally different feeling altogether, and I have several of these. So I just have a little bit of the Maximizer on my lips. I'm still feeling that kind of peppermint thing. And this will mute my lip color just a little bit, which is so pretty. So I'm still in the neutral zone. Should I do the 999, that beautiful, insane red that I love so much? I might. But they did send me this teeny little mini. Who doesn't love a mini? And I just want to see what that looks like on me. And I really like this too, but we still need to see what it looks like with 999, right? It's such a beautiful red, and I love a neutral kind of face, even a very pared down eye and a bright lip. I think it's super, super chic. So I'm going to change and take down my hair, and we'll do the final lip color. Okay, so there. Now I can wear something like this, something just a little bit of a V without that red peeking out and without ruining my clothes with that foundation. And let's try the 999. This is their signature color. I'm a huge fan of a bright. When you're neutral all over the place and you just want a little bit of something, or if you're actually not wearing much makeup at all, you just go in with that red and boom, it cheers me up. It cheers up everybody else, I'm convinced. And it just pulls it all together for me. And you guys, that's going to wrap it up. We have the foundation, we have the concealer, we have the eyebrow, we have the mascara. I love the way it looks when I use it when it's similar to the shape of my eyeball as opposed to turned the other way. It's such a beautiful, natural look. I did it 2 coats on this side, and it looks more like mascara as opposed to the lashes that I wish I was actually born with. The blush, which you've seen me do videos on, if not, do. And yeah, I just feel it's another take on a way to go about summer that is very chic and subdued. It's not trying too hard. And I feel really good about it. I can tell the light is changing, you guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope that it was helpful. Maybe I gave you some ideas. I will link everything down below. And that's about it. Hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.